Extra, read all about it. Hi guys, welcome to Born Without Boundaries. This is your daily tarot card reading, picking up the general energies, intuitively understanding them and interpreting them for you for the day. This is September 12th, 2019. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, then the message isn't for you. If it resonates a week from now, 2 weeks from now, it's all going to be different. So if you're coming across this video, hi everybody, welcome to Born Without Boundaries. In a week from now, a month from now, it's all going to get to you when it's supposed to get to you. But I'll always mark the date that I recorded it so that you can see. So I am Michelle. This is my channel. Please welcome, and please subscribe. You can click that subscribe button right below. It's the red rectangle that says subscribe in it. And then you can also click that bell, ring it, and you'll get all the notifications, including when I go live. I try to go live as often as possible, in which case I'll do general readings and pick up general energies on the live. And then I'll take one question answers, and I'll pull some tarot for you guys to answer your questions. So that's all available to you. As long as you ring that bell, you'll know when it's available. This is the Talisman and Cauldron deck that I use. My friend Laura, who owns Talisman and Cauldron, a spiritual shop in Derby, Connecticut, she and her partner, China, created this deck. So it's a unique deck. It's in and of itself. It has its own voice, guys. I could tell you. I always clear out the energy after every reading I do. Every personal reading, every daily. Anytime I use this deck, I clean out its energy, and then I reorganize the cards, because I want to make sure I read reversals. So I want to make sure that all the messages are from today and not anything residual from prior. So that's part of my process. Anyway, thanks so much for showing up. I was going to say TGIF, but we're not there yet. So let's keep going. Right? One choice. Forward. Tomorrow is the full moon, remember, in Pisces. And I can say this as a Cancerian. It's been a rough week. It's been a rough week emotionally. And it feels almost like it has felt, and I don't know if you guys have felt this too, it's felt very, almost like a Mercury retrograde shadow period. Like an intense, why is everything backfiring, not going right? All of these things are coming out of the closet. That has to do with the full moon. That has to do with the full moon sort of illuminating those things in the dark and giving us sort of enough, basically, like the Virgo anal retentiveness underlying it, the energy underlying it, is helping us to really see all of those shadowy things that maybe we thought were nothing. You know, it's like this full moon is going to take those things that we thought were, we were fine. Oh, we're fine. We're fine. In other words, any ways we were fooling ourselves, this full moon is going to illuminate those. And that's probably why there's been so much tension this week, in that, things aren't fine, and these are the things you're really facing, and thank God they're out of the closet now, so that they don't hold on. Thank you for the brief interruption. That's a whole other discussion that we can have. So this full moon is basically illuminating those things that, and it wasn't even like intentional denial. It was like, things that we didn't think would be such an issue. And all of a sudden it's coming to light. Yeah, it's going to be an issue. And so what this full moon is trying to do is illuminate those things that you really need to pay attention to. And also illuminate those things that you really can let go of. Like it's not an issue anymore, no big deal. So if you have been, especially if you've been intentionally avoiding anything, but not just those things, especially those things. But if you have had things in your life that you have not been facing because your mind was on other things, but the time is clicking, the time is ticking, and this full moon is going to bring them into your face and be like, no, you really need to address these things. And so that's why it's been such a tumultuous time. Cancerians especially are very affected by the moon. We're ruled by the moon. Everybody tells us how moody we are. It's like, is the moon moody? Sorry, that was just me being moody. It's like the moon changes faces all the time, but in the most predictable way, in ways that people have really set their clocks on since, even more important than the sun, I think. So So yeah, the moon changes its phases, and you know, as soon as it's full, it starts to wane, and as soon as it's black, as soon as it's dark, it starts to grow. And I think that the moon is just this beautiful, beautiful entity that constantly, astral body, that constantly, illuminary, if you will, that constantly reminds us of the ebb and flow of life, and that it really is always replenishing itself. And we don't have to wait long for it. It will always replenish itself, and then it'll drain, and then it'll replenish, and then it'll drain. And it's a constant reminder of life's ups and downs. And so this week has been especially affecting, I think, water signs, primarily Cancerians. I don't think there's any way we can escape it. I mean, it's a full moon in Pisces. Pisces is already such an emotional sign. As a sister sign, it's something that we are affected by tremendously. And then the moon itself is our ruling illuminary. So what are we going to do? like I said, forward. It's the only way we can go. There's like, you can run, but you can't hide. It's gonna figure it out anyway. And here I am looking at this. I do think that there have been a lot of unexpected complications in our lives, and it feels that way. It feels, that's what I think when I saw the tower. It's almost like our emotional interpretation of everything that's being thrown at us this week is really more of the tower than what's actually happened. In that, what's actually happened, if you really looked at it, you could probably know it was going to happen for quite some time. Or there were probably signs and symbols. Now, that doesn't mean that emotionally you had time to prep for it, right? What it means is that you've probably known about it for quite some time. It's like you probably had an intuitive feeling that something was on the horizon. So I'm just trying, honestly, I've just been trying to like brace myself this week. That's what I've been trying to do. First 3 cards out, and of course she shows up. Yep. But this is triumph and victory. That comes from all the things we've ever wished being shattered because of secrets that were underlying it. Major Arcana, guys. All Major Arcana. In other words, it's coming, and there's nothing we can do about it. The Cancerian, listen, the Cancerian reaction to this is stay inside, watch my favorite television show, wishes coming true. Ace of Cups, abundance and prosperity. 10 of Cups, happiness, happy ending. King of Swords, decisiveness, decisions coming in. Or, in this scenario, you being selected and chosen. I know. Okay. All right, let's keep going. I mean, the cards are the cards, man. I don't argue with them. Disinterest or disbelief. Like, what? What? Out of this shit show, this is happening to me? Yeah. I don't understand. Like, I really am so angry at the cards right now. I don't understand you. And maybe that's just it. The ebb and flow of life. The Eight of Pentacles upside down. The Seven of Pentacles upside down. You get this, I think I'm victorious. I think my wishes are coming through. Then my world falls apart. At the full moon. Over. World falls apart. Secrets revealed. And then wishes are coming true. And abundance comes. And happy ever after comes. And a decision is made that you can't believe. And it's like, all of a sudden now, your hard work isn't paying off. And the harvest hasn't come through. What? What the fuck do you mean? I'm so pissed right now. This is my emotional reaction to these cards today. What do you mean? The Hermit. Virgo season. It's supposed to teach us things. It's supposed to show us things and reveal things. And it literally is saying this whole season is a journey of faith. You're going to be tested like crazy throughout this season. It is a journey of faith. Just when you thought things were going well, bull, they're not. But then, bam, here they are again. And then, bam, they're not. And then, bam, there comes an opportunity and abundance. Yay. New world. I mean, brace yourselves, guys. Put those harnesses on and those helmets. Please put the harnesses on, put the seatbelts on, and wear your helmets. Because I honestly feel that if we get through this, the world is ours. But there's a lot of things that are leaving us. There's a lot of shocks and surprises. There's a lot of things that we didn't know were going to happen, and all of a sudden they're happening. I feel like there's two stories going on simultaneously. And no, they're not some story is for one of you, some story is for the other. No, I feel like for all of us, there are two stories going on. Anything that has to do with choices that we've made or decisions that we've made, like work that we're doing. The storyline is things are abundant, things are prosperous. Things that have to do with our... No, back. There's like there's for all of us, there's wonderful things happening along with horrible things happening. And we just don't know how to make sense of it. And I feel like it's not going to make sense. It's not going to make sense. So stop trying to make sense of it. Decide to not decide. That's the best thought you can think right now, is stop trying to decide. Just let it be. The best decision right now is to accept. To accept that both things are happening simultaneously. There's great things that are happening, and there are shitty things that are happening. And even now, as I feel it, I'm like, what is the other shoe that's going to drop today? It would be interesting to know. And it's almost like, yeah, I do want to know, because I'm tired of the tension. I'm tired of wondering around every corner, when's the next shoe going to fall? Is a skyscraper going to fall on my head? You know, I have that feeling, this loom and gloom. Like I can't kick it. And I can't kick it because I know it's right. Every time I felt it before, I've always been right. But I can't pinpoint it. I can't pinpoint it, and honestly, all the stuff that I've known that has happened so far hasn't relieved it. There's still something looming. And no, I'm not saying it to manifest it. I'm saying it to share this truth and describe emotionally what I'm going through right now. I don't know where it's coming from. For me, it looks like it's coming with money. That's for me what it looks like. For you guys, it could be coming with emotions. It could be coming with decisions that people have made against you, for you, that you've made. Wherever you stand, thought, emotion, career, wherever you stand, the highs and lows and the extremes of today are unavoidable. Unavoidable. And somebody left a comment with yesterday's reading that said something about, wow, that sounds like depression. I don't know how she came to that conclusion, to be honest with you. I don't know. But, you know, it's her interpretation, clearly. This is not bipolar disorder. Though I guess some people out there can have it. No, this is the feeling today. And I honestly feel like, yeah, this is the feeling today. I'm intuitive. I'm not psychic, but I'm intuitive. That doesn't mean that I'm schizophrenic, bipolar or depressed. It means that I feel things that are real and I can't explain them, and I don't have quantitative measurements for you to let you know that this is actually happening, because the only thing we accept as truth these days are scientific things. And I love science. It's great, but it's almost become like a mindset in and of itself. And I don't like to get stuck in mindsets. I know and I feel, and something's on its way. And I'm sorry I can't be more elaborate about that. What I do know is, inevitably, after Virgo season is over, things start to come around and calm down. You know, offers are made, money comes back in. It's like we're starting a whole new life. Or it could very well be not just through Virgo season, after this full moon. Because this is when, essentially, the shit hits the fan. All the secrets come out. Everything goes kaboom. It's also on Friday the 13th. It's not a bad luck day. It's not a bad luck day. I've read that many, many times. But isn't that just ironic that the full moon in Pisces, with all these emotions that are making us feel like our world is falling down around us, is coming on the full moon? It's like, wow. It's just, it feeds into urban legends perfectly. Not to exacerbate it, but to validate the fact that if you have felt something looming, if you have had those feelings too, it is the energies around you. And I feel like it's more emotional. Like, it's more emotional. It's less something terrible is actually happening, and it's more our emotional reaction to it. Like, maybe we're overreacting emotionally. Like, emotionally, we're feeling like everything is just falling down around us. But if we looked at things objectively, which we don't seem to want to do right now, we seem to be very disinterested in anything but emotions, we would be able to clearly see that things are going to be okay. That things are going to be okay. I just want to check something. Interesting. Interesting. Yep, I'm reading. I'm reading because I want to... Sorry. Organizing the cards. I just want to make sure the messages are correct before I share them with you. Then I'm glad I checked it. That's interesting. So, whole new meaning. Well, no. So, yes. This feeling that we've worked our asses off, or that we've come so far, and that the returns are not coming in, and really not knowing what to do about it. The answer is simply this: faith. You must have faith. You must have faith through this season. That's why I was saying this is more of a emotional tower. We're very high emotions, very reactionary this week, especially if we're water signs. Air signs, you might not be affected as much. Earth signs, you might not be affected as much, because Virgo is really, the counterweight of Virgo on this full moon is a beautiful one. It's very steadfast. It's requiring that details are looked at, and that things that tend to annoy water signs because we're so intuitive are paid attention to, which is probably why us especially are feeling so brutally set upon. But it's not true. And there's a lesson in every season, and that lesson is, well, work on being more organized. Work on thinking ahead a little bit more. Work on being prepared and not letting everything fall from the wayside or floats too easily. Like, work on those things. This is what you're supposed to be working on this season. And if you don't do things my way, as everybody who's ever dealt with a Virgo knows, you're going to get shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that could be the essence of what's happening, especially leading into the full moon. The things that are coming up are not as catastrophic as you perceive them to be. Instead, they are catastrophic emotionally because you feel like you're being attacked. Why is this being done to me? Why is this being taken from me? Why is this all happening? But all you have to do is look around you and see the why is probably you. You don't like to read that paperwork. You like the idea of things will work out for itself. And that's your excuse for not reading that paperwork or not getting the payment in on time. Or, like I said, this isn't catastrophic stuff. This is simply that anything that you haven't paid attention to, this full moon is going to reveal. And I feel like it's being dug up this whole week. And it's really, really irritating for especially the water signs. Now, everybody else, I can say, maybe we can lean on your clear-mindedness to see, or we can pull upon other aspects of ourselves, you know, because we all have air and earth and fire somewhere in our chart. I think, most of us. We can call upon those energies to see, actually, things are really beautiful. And even though they ebb and flow, ultimately, they're going to work out. I do feel this working out coming once we have gotten through Virgo season. The end of Virgo season is on, I believe, September 1st, September 21st, September 22nd. So that's in 2 weeks from now. Not even 2 full weeks from now. Like a week and a couple of days from now. So hanker in there, everybody. Strap on your harnesses. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster. The external shit show is nothing that you can't handle. You can handle it. You can. And it's not a test. It's just bullshit you have to get through to the next phase. This is... God, I'm so sorry. This is a whole new world about to begin. This is a whole new life. And this is those last legs of the messiness as you're pushing through. Imagine being born again. The crazy, hectic, oh my God, contractions, the undulations, they come and they go. They come and they go. I feel like that's what we're going through right now, contractions. And this time, this is the contractions that we're feeling as we give birth to this whole new life, or as we're born again. And it is scary, and it is tumultuous, and it is a mystery why it all happens. But literally, we just have to let it happen. Let it happen. Go with the flow. Go with the waves. If you try to jump over a wave, you're going to get pummeled. So don't jump over it. Either dive under it and go with the current, or just go with the flow. That's our choice. That's our choice. Because literally, these are contractions for our new life being born. And we have to get through them to get that beautiful new life ahead of us. And it's coming at the end of Virgo season. It's coming as we exit Virgo season. But it's coming after we've shown and demonstrated, okay, I'm just going to have faith. I just have to have faith. There's nothing. That's the ingredient. That's it. So this is your reminder. Have faith. We're all feeling it with you. It's not just happening to you. You're not being singled out. We're all feeling it with you. Know that. Believe it. Trust it. Understand it. Breathe. Talk to you tomorrow.